guys, I hope you're all doing well. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas. Yeah, many of you wanted to know why I'm a monarchist. So, let's start. Yeah, why I favor a monarchy over a republic or a democracy whatsoever. So, there are many philosophers who said in the past that democracy is nonsense and it will never work. One guy, for example, was Aristoteles. Yeah. From him comes also the term aristocracy, and he said few, and with few he meant only the best of each country should rule over many. So, what we have today is that everyone can become politician, president, whatsoever. And many of our so-called politicians, they don't have any actual real-life experience. Many politicians, no matter what, Germany, USA, basically everywhere in the West, and I'm sure in other countries as well, they don't have any real-life experience. Most politicians in the West, they are failed students. They never really worked themselves in the real world, like work in construction, in agriculture, like picking up cotton, whatsoever. So they don't really know the problems of the real people, but somehow they are in positions of power and they can dictate us what is right and what is wrong. A monarch on our side, he is educated well from early age on. He knows about history, politics, economy, military strategy, languages. Many monarchs could speak different languages, like King Louis XVI. He could understand German, Spanish, for example, or Tsar Nicholas II. He could understand English very well. Marie Antoinette, she could speak French, German, Italian, Latin, and so on. And back then, when Europe had a monarchy, it was duty that aristocrats and, of course, monarchs had to educate their children. They had to prove that they are worthy of a title, noble, aristocrat, king, queen, whatsoever. But today, anybody can become politician without any real experience. I believe if we didn't have our current system, many politicians today, they would work at Starbucks, in a steakhouse, or as an waitress, and that's it. So, another reason for monarchy is that a monarch is politically independent. He doesn't have to pondering to certain parties whatsoever, like many politicians, they cannot accomplish their goals, their campaign promises, because they would get in conflict with their party or whatsoever. It would not happen with a monarch. So, what else is that a monarch has to stay loyal to his people. He has to make sure that everyone is happy, no matter if it is nobles, commoners, peasants, whatsoever. If a monarch raises taxes, the people know that he is doing it because he wants to get richer himself. He wants to, excuse me for the word, parasite on the common people. Yeah. In today's age, politicians use any excuse to raise taxes whatsoever. In the monarchy, if a king raised taxes, everybody knew why that was the case. So, also what we have in today's system is that monarchs, they are mostly, or basically in every case, rich than themselves, so you cannot smear them like we have today. We know that, for example, the US election 2016, that Wall Street donated over $1 billion to Hillary Clinton. Yeah, and Trump isn't innocent either, because according to my research, he got at least 25 million US dollars from Sheldon Adelson. And if they donate to these candidates, that it means that they have to fulfill their wishes. So these people, they are not really independent. A monarch is, of course he can be corrupted, but I claim that in most cases he's independent and he cannot be smeared that easily, at least in my opinion. Yeah, and there are other quotes from many philosophers who said that democracy will never work. One quote, for example, is from a French philosopher, Voltaire, who said that I would rather obey a lion much stronger and smarter than myself than 200 rats. Yeah, and he was referring to that concept of democracy. Most kings, like I already mentioned, they are educated in all kinds of stuff, but those rats, which Voltaire called, he was referring to these many parties and politicians. They don't really know anything about the real world. Yeah, then there's another quote from Thomas Jefferson, one of the American founding fathers, and he was also one of the first presidents of the United States of America, and he said that democracy, that's two wolves and one sheep who argue about is that most countries like Germany, Great Britain, France, Russia, Japan, and so on, they were much stronger, much more influential in the world when they had their monarchies. Well, I know you will say now, wait, I thought Great Britain is a monarchy. No, it's not, because Great Britain is a parliamentary monarchy, which means that the Queen, who passed away, or the King now, has no political power. They have nothing to say, they have only representative duties, and that's it. So, Great Britain has, in fact, no monarchy. But if we look at the past, Germany was very strong when they had a monarchy. Russia was improving when they had a monarchy. Then, I already mentioned Great Britain. When they had a monarchy, a real monarchy, they were basically the strongest country in the world. The same with Japan. They were the strongest country in Asia and one of the strongest in the world. But what do we look today? And what do we see today? America, despite having, of course, numerous economic recessions during the last decades, they are the strongest country in the world, very influential, most influential country in the world. But Germany, France, Great Britain, whatsoever, they became less and less and less influential. They are not really strong. At least in my opinion, you may disagree with that. And I believe that if there would be a monarchy, the countries there, they would defend themselves from American influence, Chinese influence, whatsoever. One thing I wanted to add is that the monarchies, aristocrats, nobles, and so on, the so-called elite during that time, they grew up always from the folk, from the people. If you wanted to be a noble, you always had to accomplish something. Like I mentioned previously before, today anybody can become a politician. Back then, only the best could become nobles, kings, and queens. And that's how it should be. The best should always rule. I think that's probably all. And of course, I'm not an ideologist. I know that a monarch can be a tyrant, and I know that if we restore the monarchy like Hohenzollern in Germany, Habsburg in Austria, and maybe Stuart in Great Britain, and Bourbon in France, and Romanovs in Russia, it doesn't mean that automatically paradise will be created. I'm gonna stop here now. What do you think about that? Let me hear in the comments below. Stay safe and God bless.